He's facing a blistering portrayal of him as an anti-gay prep school bully. The president and Mitt Romney, in a sharp character clash, entered Stevens Hall off the school's collegiate quad to find Romney marching out of his own room ahead of a prep school posse, shouting about their plan to cut Lorber's hair. Friedman followed them to a nearby room where they came upon Lorber, tackled him and pinned him to the ground. As Lorber, his eyes filling with tears, screamed for help, Romney repeatedly clipped his hair with a pair of scissors.
This is what he means. I guess this is what he means by management experience, because he didn't face down this guy on his own. He rounded up a mob, a crew of kids to get this guy down.
I mean, isn't this a classic case of what we might call selective amnesia? But clearly it was bullying. And then when he has to confront a story like this, he says, well, I changed when I met Ann. It's almost as if Ann Romney is his messianic savior.
Well, it's like that's when he stopped drinking, although he wasn't drinking.
There's also in Mitt Romney, and people don't fully understand this, there is a meanness at his core.
How many people's hair did he cut when he was in school? How many escapades like this did he engage in that he can't remember this one? This week, Richard Grinnell, a gay fella in his staff that he picked himself as spokesman on foreign policy, was drummed out of the campaign. Mitt Romney didn't lift a finger to keep him. He could have called up the kid, the young gentleman, and said, you're staying with me, I need you. All he had to do was stand up to the creeps on the right that were running him out of the campaign. Just like in high school, he had the chance to lead. In that case, he led the bad guys, according to these stories. In this case, he could have stood up to the bad guys, and he won't do it.
Tonight's lead, a question of character. Behavior this classmate describes as evil and like the Lord of the Flies.
This was even more than bullying. This was an assault. It was violent.
Facing heat over his days as a prep school bully. Tonight, we'll show you how President Obama is helping bullied kids.
You don't remember anything about it. How do you remember that you definitely didn't attack him because he was gay? Putting at a girl.
At a girl.
At a girl.
But what is the part of this that is so funny?
You just say to yourself that back in high school, you know, I did some dumb things, and if anybody was hurt by that or offended, why, obviously I apologize.
He was like this about the dog thing, too. Do you remember? Mr. Romney thought this, too, was hilarious.
Ann Romney's wild and crazy line was meant to excuse Mitt Romney's bullying. And why didn't he get in trouble for this? That his fancy private school that has a lot of rules about this kind of thing. Maybe because his old man was governor. Maybe because there was favoritism shown him every day of his life as he was proceeding through high school. John Lauber, Mitt Romney's victim, will never hear Romney's apology. He died in 2004.